In July 1967, the Soviet Union reveals what appears to be a new superfighter and it sets off alarm bells. It is thought to have multiple air-to-air and long-range air-to-surface missile capability at a speed of Mach 3. With the United States and Soviet Union locked in a struggle for air superiority, the Soviets seems to be winning. Faced with the prospect of being outclassed in the skies, the United States would respond by engineering the greatest fighter jet in history. In the Korean War, early fighter jets like the American F-86 and Soviet Mach-15 scared off in fierce air-to-air battles. Both were light, agile jets built for close-range dogfighting. But by the mid-1950s, new technologies were beginning to radically transform fighter aircraft design. Powerful new radars could detect the enemy from much greater distances, while newly introduced guided missiles could hit targets kilometers away. In 1967, the Soviet Union unveiled a new fighter of their own, and it looked nothing like the MiGs that F-4 Phantoms were scaring off with in Vietnam. Intelligence experts suspected the Soviets were using advanced lightweight materials along with new radar and weapons systems. A few months later, the Soviets went on a record-setting spree, posting a new world speed and altitude records with the new fighter. There was no fighter in US inventory that could successfully combat the Foxbat. In December 1969, the contract to build the new fighter was awarded to McDonnell Douglas. Their design was a product of 2.5 million man-hours of effort, allowing development to begin immediately. Two afterburning turbofans could unleash a massive 48,000 pounds of combined thrust, enough power to break the sound barrier even while flying straight up. With a top speed of over Mach 2.5, the F-15 would be the fastest fighter jet ever produced by the United States. For peak performance, the engines were fitted with variable air intakes with the computerized air inlet control system, adjusting to ensure optimal airflow at any speed or angle of attack. For maximum situational awareness, the cockpit was mounted high in the fuselage with the canopy offering a commanding 360-degree view along with a digital heads-up display fully integrated with radar and avionics. 8 Sparrow and Sidewinder missiles were mounted under wings and along the fuselage, but if things got up close, a 20mm Gatling gun could dish out up to 6,000 rounds a minute. With its combination of speed, power, and agility, the F-15 was ready to earn its place as one of the greatest fighters ever built. The first prototype was unveiled in June 1972, just 3 years after the McDonnell Douglas was given the go-ahead. The new fighter was put through an extensive testing program and it would have to prove itself against the best of what the Air Force had to offer. Up against the heavy F-4 Phantom, the F-15 looked assured and in control, easily making quick work of the interceptor. In nearly every engagement, whether beyond visual range, close in dogfighting, the F-15 commanded an overwhelming advantage. Only a year and a half earlier, the Soviets posted a new time-to-climb world records with the MiGs. Now the F-15 was about to erase them. In the cold, dense air of South Dakota, the Eagle made a series of climbs from a dead stop, rocketing up to the altitudes as high as 30 kilometers. Right to the edge of Earth's stratosphere, not only did the F-15 beat the MiGs records, it shattered them by more than 30%. The Air Force had a winner on their hands, and the F-15 Eagle would come to be recognized as one of the most successful fighter development programs in history.